Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another glorious episode of Jedi Talk. I am your host, Brad Hughes. Oh, shit. And boy, oh, boy, am I excited about today's episode. Partially because only 2/3 of the council are here. I'm just kidding. Evan, to my left, and I can say this happily, we're in air conditioning. The Red Rapture himself, Tom Okra.
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, you are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram. I know you're following us on YouTube.com/Jedi Talk because, Brad, that's been blowing up lately. TikTok, Jedi Talk, Facebook, Jedi Talk as well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the intro. We are in Brad's new pad. I don't know what we're calling it here.
This is the Vault.
The Vault. Okay, we got the Batcave with me, the Vault with you, and Evan lives inside Adam Driver's asshole. So,
the Stinky Cave.
the Stinky Cave. That's what we call it.
The Stinky
Adam Driver's Stinky Cave. That should be his Wi-Fi. Adam Driver's Stinky Cave.
Oh, that's dude. If you hear, I know you're listening to this. You should definitely change your Wi-Fi to that. That's hilarious.
For not being here today. I mean, look, we've all missed a show or two. I actually have stats.
Some of us have, not done a fucking documentary because we're stupid and not paying attention to what day it is. But yeah, so what do you think? How you like the new place?
I like it. It's cool,
right?
Yeah. We've
I feel like I've copied the vibe of the garage and just made it nice.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we're inside, right? We don't have a garage. We've kind of adulted a little bit. Every place we record now is inside and AC'd. I mean, I assume. Are you going to get figures up here eventually?
I don't think so. I don't. Partially is I don't know how they're going to feel about thumbtacks in the wall.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I was actually, weirdly enough, this is a side tangent. You guys know I'm into bourbon. I was actually going to make some custom bourbon shelves that go into the wall that can hold more weight than these can. And they were like, yeah, if you install anything into the apartment or the townhouse, you have to leave it there.
Oh, you have to leave it there?
Yeah. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just wait until I buy a house to do that. So, because it was going to be like a whole thing. It was going to be this whole wall was going to be like these like custom shelves I was going to make.
Right.
I looked up how to do it. Super easy.
Right.
But so like I don't know if I want to spend or not get my security deposit back on that. So the plan is we're going to have a secondary Batcave downstairs. Is it like Batcave East? Is that what, can we call it Batcave East? Where like all of the figures and stuff are on shelves like they used to be back in the day.
Very cool.
So
I guess you're south. No, you're actually
East,
west of
west
me.
Of
you're actually west of me. Yeah,
the West Coast Batcave.
Sure,
we'll call it that. But yeah, I'm liking this place, man. I don't want to leave. I'm sorry. By the way, I'm sorry if my voice still sounds a little shitty. Everybody, I moved sick, which was one of the worst things that I've ever had to endure in my life. Like I'm at like one of the worst sicks I've been in a few years. Like I felt terrible. I'm better now, but like it's still you can still kind of hear it a little bit. But this episode is going to be fucking awesome because me and Tom are going to recap 2023 in Star Wars. More importantly, our year in Jedi Talk.
Yeah, so this is going to be like the last in-person Jedi Talk for a while. Evan is off doing his thing. We couldn't all get together. Brad, as he normally is, heads to family. I'm heading to family in Arizona. You're going to North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I leave on Saturday.
Okay, so I'm going to Phoenix next week. I'm actually going to try to stop in, meet the hosts of Heroes of the Halcyon real quick in person since they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
In Arizona. Arizona's my old stomping grounds. I love it. It's the prettiest state in the union, in my opinion. But then I'll be back after New Year's, and then we'll be back. Our first in-person show or 2024 will be obviously in the new year, but next time will be next year.
That sounds so far away, but it's not.
It's not. We've got so much. I don't think we're going to
miss any
on.
shows though. That's
no.
Yeah.
We'll get on Skype.
Yeah, this is just the last in-person one.
Like I told you, I'm going to do it outside.
I love
with a shotgun because it's Arizona. Just pick off scorpions as they come by and be like, Brad, I really think your opinion about. Hold on, I got that son bitch.
I got him.
Yeah,
shit, I got him. Is that a thing in Arizona? Yeehaw.
No, I mean
that's a southern
cowboys
thing.
do it.
Yeah,
it's like a cowboy thing.
I've heard that plenty where I grew up.
I'm sure you heard plenty of other things too.
A lot of things that end in ER.
Yeah. Did you ever hear this?
Kyle's a piece of shit.
I have.
Have you?
I have heard that, and it's pretty accurate.
Thank you. I got a shout out to Travis T on the Just Freaking Wrestling podcast. First time I'm playing that on Jedi Talk.
Y'all's beef with that show seems so real.
It's because it is. It's because it is real. Listen to Fourth Mother Box and us battle with Just Freaking Wrestling. It's actually a fun time because they suck ass. But
well,
anyway,
I mean, they are a wrestling podcast. I mean, what are you doing? Grow up.
the war started
said
because
the
of you.
guy-
Do you know this?
I know, which is so weird because like I don't even know what I did. I'm sure I said something.
Okay,
horrible.
it was after the episode Mike came on, and he was talking about how his there's something with his fiance. I think they call her Nubby Cena or Mrs. Cena. I can't remember what they call this.
Like
one.
John Cena.
Yeah, because it's a wrestling podcast. So Betty Cena.
If she
I
wants
don't
to
know.
fuck John Cena, bro. You better fucking protect your chick. I do remember this now that you said, but
Yeah.
say it for everybody because I do remember this.
But and then so Mike was regaling a story about how somebody was hitting on her that it was used to be an ex, but he's stroked out now or something, and Mike really felt bad for the guy, but Brad was like getting in on him and like stand up for yourself and go beat this guy's ass kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what started it.
And then I threatened to fuck his girl. I remember that.
Did you?
Yeah, that was part of it.
Oh God, I don't remember that. I don't remember that, Brad.
I was like, I'll get in her
Damn.
guts. Remember that? You don't remember that?
I
Did we edit that out?
must have.
We may have edited that out. I may be starting a whole.
I don't know if you said that actually, but he came up with that now. Quite possibly the last misogyny alarm of 2020. No.
Oh, come on.
No.
We're
We're gonna
you
be
and me on a show.
Yeah.
It's not the last.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing like some Skype shows from. I'll bring my equipment to Phoenix.
I'll
like
bring
I did
headphones,
last year.
and by headphones I mean AirPods.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, this time. So yeah, we're going to do some recapping. I think.
dying.
What do you want to do first? Do you want to? We could fly through the Star Wars Newsnet feed real quick and touch on quick stuff first, and then recap, or recap then the news.
Like recent news?
Yeah, let's
do the news first, then we'll
All right.
recap the news.
Let's see what we got here.
2023, one of the best years I've had of my life, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
2023 has
mean,
been
I mean,
fucking
definitely for me too.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure, dude. You're a
didn't
new
expect
dad now.
Lily. Yeah,
You went from not thinking you were gonna have a kid to like it being the best thing ever in a year. Isn't that wild? How,
It is
how
crazy.
wild life can change on you, man. It's nuts.
yeah.
Life's
is
beautiful. I love it.
Absolutely insane. How that kind of works out. It started 2023, and then 17 days into it, find out that world's changing. So
Oh, was that quick?
Yeah, it
that's
was.
hilarious. I was sitting there thinking, you guys have been here for like 4 years now.
no,
right?
it'll be 3 years in August.
3. That's still a long
We moved.
time.
Yeah, we like
Wait,
rolled
3
into
years this coming August,
Yep.
2024?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like you've been here longer than that.
No,
In a
yeah,
good
only,
way.
only a little over 2 years.
That's nuts. I feel like you've been here longer than that.
Oh, thank you. It's probably because Evan just tends to just ramble on, pun intended.
Well.
ramble on.
If you ever want Evan on a pot, like I feel like sometimes he doesn't talk a ton on the show here. You ever want to get him talking? Just bring up the Halcyon closure, bro. He won't shut up. I love him so much, and he doesn't love him.
Well, I know. I mean,
It's weird that like no one's above me. I've lived in
Oh!
mostly
I
apartments.
was
Yeah.
like thinking for a second, like looking, and then living above.
It's
yeah,
weird. It's super quiet. I love it so.
yeah. Peace and
so
quiet is
much.
nice. Yeah. Here, I got some quick news. Disney Gaming Vice President comments on gaming partnerships, acquisition rumors, and the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Oh boy, what did they say? I should have read the actual caption. In a newsletter published by Axios, the senior vice president of gaming at Disney, Sean Shoptaw, spoke about many pressing topics related to Disney games, including the state of Disney's partnerships, rumors of acquisitions, state of Knights of the Old Republic remake. While Disney does not currently develop any of its games internally, Shoptaw's recent interview highlights the company's current outlook on strategy for. So that's just an interview. That was no news. I should have read that first.
So, Disney is the weirdest company when it comes to video games because
It's interesting,
they go in and out of the industry. Like they'll have a really big hit, and they're like, "We're doubling down," and then they'll have like Epic Mickey 2, which was like crashed and burned, and then they just completely pull out of it, and then just like licenses out to other software companies. It's so strange. I've never seen a company, maybe other than Lucasfilm, that kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
they're all one and the same now. But like Disney Interactive was huge in the 90s.
Disney's pull-out game is just as good as my pull-out game with Kyle's mom.
Well, shit, in real life now at this point.
Yeah. Hey, it's all right. I have our first bit of news. The Mandalorian Season 4 rumored to be reworked as a movie. Could release before Daisy Ridley's Star Wars film. Hot take, I don't like this.
Here's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't like it. I don't think they ended season 3 in a point where 4 could become a movie that would be satisfying.
That's a great point on top of the why I don't like it. So to your point, yes, absolutely, because it was just like, okay, it wrapped up, Star wiped away, very Star Wars ending. There's no, oh my God, cliffhanger. Like, let's say the end of season 3, I don't know, Thrawn shot Grogu and we thought he was dead. There's your movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people are running to the theater to see what happened to him.
No! And then, the opening scene is he's holding the thing back with the...
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
force or
hold the
something like that,
blaster.
but
Oh
like-
my God, would
but
that be
like-
sick?
That would be a cliffhanger where you're like, opening day, I got to go see this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other thing. The recent news of Filoni becoming like the head creative, this could be what he wanted to do all along and was kind of forced to do other things. Like there's a lot of ways to look at this. This is interesting.
It's a good point.
But I think that's a bad move as of the current state
Yes.
of what's going on.
That's a great point. The reason I don't like it is just because you've already said that you're going to have the culmination of the Mandoverse in a movie. That's what I want to see. Bring it all together.
I bet you they're going to make it a trilogy. I bet.
Fuck
money.
yeah, they make it a trilogy. I'm down for that.
That's
Fuck
interesting.
Yeah. All right.
You make a three
Hell yeah.
like a 3-movie Mando trilogy.
Boom.
Season 1, 2, 3. You make that show a trilogy, and then you make a trilogy of movies.
I'm down.
All right, I'm back in.
Let's
I talked myself
fucking
back
go.
into it.
Yep. There we go.
I talked myself. I don't know. I still don't think a movie is needed right now. I think let's go. I was hoping we'd get more with Ahsoka,
Yeah.
and we could kind of feed off that. I was kind of hoping that Mando would show up in that show, so we could like justify like a movie at this point.
Sure.
Because right now there's not an end game moment where like okay, make the leap from TV to movie makes sense.
Oh, there will be when when Thrawn starts to build continue to build his amass of soldiers on Dathomir, that shit's gonna get scary.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I want Ahsoka season 2 to be so good.
It's going.
2025. I bet we see something at Celebration.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Hey, in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to say we're going to Celebration next year.
I know, dude. I'm excited.
exciting.
Are you excited to go to Japan?
Sure, yeah. I can't wait to go to Tokyo Disneyland. I don't know which one we're going to stay at yet, but we're just going to stay on property at Disneyland. I'm going to commute from there to Celebration.
I have heard that those Tokyo resorts are very expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard the opposite.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Everything in
Am I thinking
Tokyo
of
is
Shanghai?
like in
That's
comparison.
expensive?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
of that. I know that
Could
like
be wrong.
a day ticket is still like $85
Okay.
converted, but I feel like there was one of the resorts there that was like ridiculous. Where
Ridiculous.
it was like 2 or 3 times. Well, to be fair, this was a long time ago, but like 2 or 3 times what it was for like the Contemporary
Oh, damn.
per night.
Wow. Interesting.
And I remember that because I had a guy back in the day, but he had like 500 or 600 subscribers. TDR Tokyo Disney Resort. You know him? I had him on the
sounds
podcast
familiar.
years ago,
Oh, that's cool.
and like before he was popular, really. And because I just was like, he was like the only English speaking Tokyo Disneyland
That's
guy,
nuts.
and I had him on a long time
I
ago.
definitely watched a few of his videos. Yeah, I know who
he's
that is.
he's awesome, and I had him on a long time ago, and he was like, "Yeah, it's way more expensive. It's cheap to go, but it's expensive to stay." I think that was like the quote.
Oh, interesting. All right,
Yeah.
well, we'll find out. I'll find out for sure. This
I feel like it's one of those things. If you're there, you gotta
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Because like, when the fuck are you gonna go back to Japan?
right.
It's almost just worth it. Just fucking do it and be done.
I'm with you
That's how
there.
you do it.
Here's one little pique your interest. Star Wars: The Great Abyss revealed. New novel by Stephen Barnes finds Mace Windu honoring Qui-Gon's legacy. Really? What? Too much novel? Mace?
No, just it's one of those stories that they do with these books where it's like it sounds really interesting, and then you start reading it and it doesn't matter.
Well, here's the caption. Star Wars Newsnet said the Phantom Menace is celebrating its 25th anniversary next year. Therefore,
25. Holy
cue
shit.
Lucasfilm's foolproof promotional strategy of new books.
Yeah, that's pretty right on, dude. That's exactly right. They do that shit, and then they're like, when they were doing the 40th for each one of the original trilogies, it was like, remember the what were the name of those books? From a Certain Point of View.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where it was like they took these like random. There's a from the from the point of view of a tree on Endor. Watch the fall of the Empire.
Didn't they just
That
release
gives
the
a
Return of the
fuck.
Jedi one? There's a Max Rebo
Who
one, I
gives a
think.
shit? Yeah, yeah. Who cares? It's dumb.
You have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation, and I can get PlayStation Plus. Apparently, PlayStation 1's Star Wars: The Phantom Menace appears to be heading to PlayStation Plus. The old game, like the actual
I never
Phantom Menace
played that.
game. I
Yeah.
know there's so many games
Yeah, in that era.
that I've never played in that area.
You know what's weird? People complain about video game pricing today. Have you gone back and looked at what video games cost
Yeah,
back
like
in the 90s? $70 back then.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah. It's wild. Like if you go like I saw a like an ad for like, I think it was like a Toys R Us ad, and it was like Thanksgiving holiday specials, and it was like Super Mario World, like the NES game,
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo game,
Yeah.
was like $79.
That's insane. So that's what I'm paying
for
now
a
for
fucking
like games.
six, exactly. And
All
it's,
right, then.
and it's way different. Like, and the amount of like content you get per hour with a video game is like so different.
Oh, I
than, like,
know.
a movie or
Survivor was worth it in the first 10 minutes.
but that's like a 50, 60,
Yeah.
80 hour game.
It's
I
like a
mean,
movie, essentially.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Outside of that documentary dropping on the 5th, that's just out of nowhere, the Disturbance in the Force about.
I can't wait to watch that.
Me too. I'm gonna have to get really ripped and watch that. That'll be fun. So I've got. So we want. So that's about news, right, Brad? There really wasn't
Not a
anything
ton.
else.
And there won't
huge.
be until like February.
Other than Star Tours getting that new adventure added as part of their Seasons of the Force.
That's cool.
So
I think I got to decide if I want to go to Disneyland and Tokyo or just go hardcore in Tokyo.
So Courtney and I are going. yeah, I get it. And in here, maybe if I tell you this, you might say, "Oh no, I'm going to go to Disneyland too." So Courtney and I are going to just go shorter trips to Phoenix next year, but more frequently. Just kind of maybe like once a quarter.
Sure.
One of those.
Visit family, hang out.
Yeah,
watch
one of those
TV.
we're going to Disneyland. I said, all right, if we're going to do this, can we please make a trip to Disneyland?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Star Wars party night is on my birthday this year.
Oh shit, no way.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
I really wanted to do one of those.
Me too.
Last year.
I want to do it this year.
Those things are so cool.
I know.
You got to commit because those things sell out like
I know.
that
I know.
at Disneyland. If you do that, man, I'm going to be jealous.
Well, that's why I told you. So just go to Disneyland too.
Should we go for your birthday? Just do a Disneyland trip for your birthday?
Might as well. I mean,
Let's do it.
if you guys get your way out there, I mean, I'll just like meet you there.
Yeah. I think we should do it.
Okay.
Plus
More to
April
come.
and
April
in-
25th in
April
Southern
in
Cal.
LA is
Yeah.
perfect.
Anaheim. I don't want to go to LA.
Yeah, no one wants
I
to.
don't wanna go.
People who live in LA like, get me the fuck out of here.
I'm not leaving Disney property. So I kind of did a little bit.
You don't want to step over homeless people on the
No,
street?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to go back.
Did I ever tell you the first moments I had in LA? The first time I ever went to LA with me and my mom went, and we pulled up to like the rental car place, and we got out of the shuttle from the airport. So like we got off the
Yeah.
plane, got into the shuttle. The shuttle dropped us off at like the rental car place. Got out of the car. I take a step. I stepped on a needle. That was my first steps in LA. We're onto a fucking needle.
Yikes.
Right outside of LAX.
I mean, well, it's like welcome to LA. Now you have the
Welcome
hip.
to LA. Ugh.
So in the little time I chronicled a little bit, or not a little bit, all of the episodes we've done this year. And I gathered some stats. I gathered how many episodes we did,
Interesting.
what the titles were about, what our titles about, what we talked about, so we can kind of follow what was going on throughout the year. And then I also I listened to who hosted the show, so I know who hosted it this many times, and then how many times like you and Evan did a show, or Evan and I did a show, or you and I did a show.
Interesting.
So I've got those numbers broken
Dude, this
down.
is nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to start doing this. So
I love this idea.
As of today's episode on December the 12th that Tom and Brad are doing, this is the 68th episode we've done this year. So we're
Whoa.
averaging more than one a week.
That's nuts.
Already.
We were doing 2 a week at one
We
point.
were. We came off of that a little bit because like I'll get to this as we kind of go through our episodes, but 68 episodes. So Brad, you were in 62 of those episodes, so you missed 6.
Wow,
So,
I
like-
didn't really realize I missed that many.
Because so you and I, including this show, have hosted 3 together. Evan has been on 65 of the 68 episodes this year. Oh, I meant to say you hosted 31 times.
Okay.
Evan hosted 1 time on the 65 episodes. That was our Halcyon wrap-up show. I've been on 66 episodes. I missed 2 when Lily was born. Hosted 35 of them.
So no one this year has been on every single episode of Jedi Talk.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's completely rotated, yeah. Yeah.
I you know what's so funny? I love that because it shows that like it's the show.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, he's not on, I don't want to listen. I love
I would
that.
hope.
I-
Christ.
wow.
I mean, this
Me
episode.
too. I would be very hurt.
Yeah, I would be hurt as fuck. Jesus Christ.
I only listen when Brad's not on.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome over like change.
Once Kyle was on twice this year, once in person, and then once he just surprised us on the phone. So I guess that was 2 Fourth Mother Talks this year.
Far too many.
Yeah, it is far too many
way
for
too
that
many.
fucking secret ginger man.
Ginger man, secret
Genuinely makes me laugh so hard. I love that drop so much.
So all of us have been on 57 of the 68 episodes this year. Yeah.
Wow.
That we've done this far. So
Interesting.
Hey, life happens. The fact that we were on 57 of 68, like
That's awesome.
with how life happens between 3 people with full-time jobs.
Yeah.
You know, lives and families.
We've
and stuff.
not missed a show. I want to point that out. We didn't miss a show this entire year.
Yeah, we had.
There were no weeks where we didn't.
There was
miss
like
a
two.
show.
There was like two
Was there?
where we just got on and said there was no show. One of them was like an upload problem.
Yes,
and then,
I remember that.
And then the other one we just couldn't find the time.
Yeah, that rarely happens.
It does really
it's-
happen.
like you said, 3 people who this isn't their job. This is a
Correct.
labor of love.
Yeah.
And,
So let me
it's awesome.
let's go through the episodes a little bit.
I would love to.
Let's take a trip.
I
down.
love that you did that.
Yeah, I don't know what
How,
made me
how
do
did
this.
you even do that? Did you just go through each one?
Yeah, I just
started.
started. I just started January 8th was our first episode this year, 2023. So I just started there and I listened to like maybe 30 seconds of every single one.
just to see who was all on it.
Yeah, see who was on it.
That's cool.
Hear you open a little bit, and it would spark my memory a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this show. Remember what we talked about. And then it's really wild. I did this for Fourth Mother Box. I'm going to do something similar, but and then listening to our show, I even went back like to when I started because I wanted to hear the evolution of the show. And like it's crazy to hear how, and I'm tooting our own horn here, but how well we've progressed from like, and even back then that was a progression from what it was before.
Yep.
And it's just grown and gotten, it's changed. I don't want to say better because it was always good for what it was at the time.
Yeah.
But now it just evolves. And
No, I definitely think the show's gotten
Yeah.
better. The only person that I wish was on the show too was my boy Alex, because we had we were like more philosophically talking about Star Wars in a lot of ways. I wish he was still here. I wish he was on. I wish he lived in the fucking States. It's just impossible to do shows with him. He's in Australia. It's the exact opposite time.
Correct.
So, it sucks. But
He's over there hosting G'day Mates.
yeah, good day, mate. Over here, we're gonna do koala talk. Over here, we got a fucking wallaby right here. I'm gonna play my didgeridoo. No, but I think this is the best version of the show. Period.
I agree. When Evan's not here.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Just,
Okay.
just you and me in the room.
Good.
I want to hear him text me. Hey, man, no, we're kidding. We'll put you in the corner next to the Christmas tree.
There you go. Yeah. You're going to crouch down next to the Christmas tree. So, yeah. So that first episode was just like one of the biggest things going on for Star Wars was that's when Bad Batch 2 premiered. So don't
Jesus.
forget we had Bad
That was
Batch
this year?
season 2 this year. Yeah,
Holy shit!
premiered in January, and we exchanged Christmas gifts, and then we were together. Second episode, we did our top 10 Disney era characters. If you were to say now, who's your number one Disney era Star Wars character? Who would it be? He's like right now, and I wonder if it differs.
I don't remember what I said at the time, but I would probably have to say, it's close between Rey and Kylo.
Okay, mine's easy as fuck. You want to guess?
Disney era?
Yeah. Think a little outside the box.
Gary.
I saw him the other day. No, Cal Kestis.
Kestis, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, video game, but he's still a Disney character. Disney created him. Disney gave him to us.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
Cal.
a Disney era. It's Disney era StarArs for sure.
So you'd say Rey or Kylo?
Yeah. What did I
Okay.
say in the show?
Oh,
Do
I
you
don't remember. I didn't
Oh.
get that far.
Yeah, I would say Rey or Kylo.
I could check, though.
I still love those characters. Kylo's more interesting, but Rey's a good character too.
So on the third episode this year, Brad, on January 16th, we broke the news about Yoda's saber before it came out. That was when we did that.
Really?
Yeah, that was when we had somebody see them. A
And send
member
it
of
to us.
yeah, and so well, it was one of us
Someone
that
said.
saw it.
I was just gonna say someone said it to us.
No, we already said on the podcast.
Oh, did
that
we?
It was one of us that we saw. Yeah, and then we did our top 10 cringe moments, and then episode 5 this year.
Oh, the cringe moments was a fun show. I remember that.
Episode 5 this year that is not available on our feed. You have to go to a link to get the Sammy file. Our 5th episode of 2023 was the infamous Sage Starkey interview. Sammy
No
file.
way.
Yep. Recorded on January 19th, 2023.
Man.
Anything you want to say about that? It's so fucking crazy. I'm telling you guys, when that came out, God, we were so excited. We were so happy to have Sage on. Look, we saw that he was leaving the Star Cruiser. There were so many things going through our head, and before that, you guys know this now. We were trying to get Adam on. We were trying to get Adam on while he was still part of the Star Cruiser, and then he had said, he's like, yeah, of course, this sounds a lot of fun. I had listened to you guys after your shows. Let's do it. And then he came back and was like, well, Disney's a little, they're just a little like limited with what can't say. It's just better that I don't. And I said, we understand. And then, so when Sage said he was leaving the Star Cruiser, I was like, God, I just selfishly for the podcast, just like, let's get him on. And he said he was approved to come on. We had that up for 12 hours.
I don't think it was that long. I mean, because you woke up to an email.
It was an email or text.
It had to be an email. How would they have your number?
No. Sage has my number.
Sage.
It was from Sage.
That's right.
So it was a text. He said, hey, gonna call you later or text you later or something like that. And then that's when he told us to take it down. But it was the emotions of, and I don't know if we ever really were fighting Disney, quote unquote, but like we submitted so much to ask them, just like,
it wasn't. Well, let's be real about it. It wasn't a fight. It was a, hey, contact us if you think this was like, received an error, and we sent like an email back being like, hey, you guys have proven to be on the show. We didn't say anything out of pocket, and it was like an automated response back. Cool, you'll hear back with us from 30 days, and then they just never did.
Kyle and I are actually going to talk about this on Fourth and Mother Box because he's somebody who didn't experience it, and I want to ask him what the marketing looked like to him, because Rachel and Brian, who are working on it with us on the Halcyon meetup and really good friends of the podcast, they had like no idea about this until like they had really got wind of the closing because the marketing had sucked so bad.
Wait, seriously?
That's what Rachel alluded to. I might be misquoting. But she said that on our last show.
Our first episode, on our first voyage?
No, she was on our second.
Okay.
She was on our second and last.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But they like crammed a bunch in at the end because learning
no
of
way.
Yeah. But then Austin, remember Austin when we brought him on? He said, and he's a big Star Wars guy. He didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, why didn't you? I mean, we are a niche corner of the Star Wars community.
They don't know that it exists.
I know, and we are a niche corner of the Star Wars community. If you were that worried about the publicity with this interview, then you should have never let Sage do it, because maybe if you let it out, people would have listened and you would have got maybe 1,000 more people. Right? The internet's forever.
The internet's forever, and the people who would have been paying attention were paying attention, because that episode, even, I don't want to, I don't like to talk about numbers on the show. I mean, YouTube stuff's public, but like the podcast numbers are way bigger than what you see on YouTube. So
correct.
If you think that the YouTube audience is our audience, you're fucking nuts.
Correct. Except for the only time YouTube pops is when we have Jason or Adam or Sage on. Then those normally blow up. When we did our ogres
still,
video,
the audio numbers are way bigger.
Yeah, the audios are
it's not even
multiple
close.
times
Yeah,
better.
it's not even close.
And it makes sense. It's I like listening to podcasts on Spotify and iTunes instead of like YouTube and stuff.
I only like to watch them on YouTube if there's a video component, which
Sure.
there will be eventually, especially now that we have.
It's a running joke. I mean, we could do it at my place too. It's
We
just
could do it here
never
now too.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's just an extra layer of effort. If anyone wants to be an unpaid intern, let us know. We got some editing work for you.
Yeah. So anyway, and long story short, now the way it is with Star Cruiser closing, like legitimately between Brad and I think I could say this for both of us. It's not that we don't care. It's like we care, but it's like we want people to listen to the episodes. So the workaround here is just go to our link in our bio.
Yep.
I'll let you do it via.
We still have to grant
Google
you
Drive.
access, but yeah, if you want to hear the same file, just hit us up.
Plus, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
like hidden down the HoloNet.
The story that we heard about it being like degraded from share to share is really cool.
I won't say who, because I don't know who really did it, but we know it was like ripped off the BlackNet kind of thing, and the audio was crappy. But then when I made it available, someone's like, I listened, I compared the audio, and they're like, oh yeah, this sounds a lot better.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think it's cool. It makes it kind of feel underground. Like
that's exactly why I don't want to post it on the feed. Yeah,
yeah, I'm with you. It's a fun little. It's not even like a market, because we're not making anything off of it.
No.
It's just a cool way to handle it.
Yeah.
I think.
So after that, the 6th episode, I won't go all through all 68 like this. I'll just kind of hit the highlights. But I like talking about the first
Some of the
month
big
the
stuff
year.
like that's a big one.
Yes,
We gotta
that's
talk about
huge.
that.
And then you and I addressed it. And then can you believe Splash Mountain is almost closed a year?
That's nuts.
Like we had talked about it on that show.
So in theory, they said it was going to be an 18th month redo. So June of next year, we should be ready to rock and roll.
Ooh.
We should be like 6 months
But
out.
they said late 24.
It was supposed to initially be an 18-month thing. But what are you
When
gonna
is
do?
it ever?
It's not. It's
Yeah,
like saying a
thank you.
video game. Like people who are excited about GTA 5 coming out in 2025. Like, you better push that back a
Oh,
year.
6 or 7?
Did I say
Is it
5?
six?
6. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6. Yeah,
That trailer looked awesome.
look good. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
it's in
fun.
Florida.
I love it.
Episode 7 was the first one we used theme songs, and that was what changes we would like to see on the Star Cruiser. We didn't want to see it close though, Disney.
That was my number 7.
Yeah, that's your number 7. I want to
Close
see
it down.
Close it down.
Evan's weeping.
Yeah, he is. Then we had some episodes. Oh, episode 9 this year, I have to call out, recorded February 7th. This was Star Wars Podcast Day, where we interviewed OG Jedi Talk host Lucien Meyer.
Oh my god!
Remember how cool that was? That was so much
cool.
fun.
That was this year.
Yes.
Jesus,
We have to get
Christ.
him on. We have to get him on again
Every-
for
yeah.
every Star Wars Podcast Day. He's got to come.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we need to hit him up. Yeah, that would be fun to do.
I actually will do that. I'll use that same email and be like, hey, whenever the Star Wars Podcast Day will be the 7th this year, let's record with you and sometime
Is that February 7th?
February 7th. Yeah, what did I say? September?
No, I think you said February.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember if you said January, February.
Very good. Tron came out this year. We talked about that.
I have only written it the one time.
Really? It's
Yep.
just the once? Wow.
Just the once.
And February 23rd, the episode, our 13th episode, the Star Cruiser discount happens. So we're like, oh, we're going to go on again.
I'm telling you, man, go back and listen to those episodes. I was like, this ain't good.
Yeah,
This is not going to go
there-
well.
there
Y'all
was
all
some-
y'all thought I was just being a hater.
There
I
was
wasn't
some,
being a
like-
hater. I knew.
Yeah, all of us were just like, all right. Like, we're happy, but like kind of like,
It's not good
yeah.
when Disney offers discounts, just period.
And then two big things happened at the beginning of March. Mandalorian Season 3 debuted, and then Mando and Grogu came to Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood
And we
Studios.
broke that video.
We were there. That was like a 40 or 1,000 view one or 60,000.
No, it was more than that. Like,
Was it?
it may have even been more than that. It got a lot.
It did. That one was
got a
nice.
lot.
Nice and blew up. Nice little short. We did some celebrations.
Thank you. Good call.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was right there. I got there early, right in front of Mr. Grogu and
we had a
Mando
little,
there.
We had some.
Well, yeah, I don't
some
give a fuck.
intel.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not going
we
to
had
tell
some
them how I got
we
the
had some
intel.
We had some intel. About
Hey, we in
when-
Orlando
when-
here. Hey.
Hey, we had some intel about where and when to go, so we showed up. We got a camera. Who the fuck knows? you
Bad
know?
Batch season 2 ended, and that was such a good fucking season.
It
of Bad
was,
Batch.
yeah.
God damn, I can't wait for 3.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
They're done with post production, and they're wrapping that up by the way for 3.
Oh, really?
That'll be. I
Do you have
guarantee
a-
you
do you have
that'll
a-
be before April.
Ooh.
At least that's what I feel.
They should just keep it in February.
That'd be great.
Or is it March? Is this March? Are we in March now?
Yes, we're in March right
Keep it
now.
in March. I like
But
that.
no, that's when it ended. It
Oh,
debuted in January.
that's right.
We would have already known it was coming out.
Yeah, that's true. We would have known.
Our 21st episode, we haven't said a word about this until now. Our 21st episode is when we opened up with the Full House music and had the audience. And we never addressed it. Remember that?
This was my idea. Was this my idea?
Yeah, it was yours.
This is my idea.
I
To
liked
just
it.
do
I liked
the
it, yeah.
entire episode like a sitcom.
Yep.
And like, it was so hard to do these like stupid jokes.
It cracked you and I in like the first 15 minutes because of something that we said and the audience was laughing. I just lost it. Yeah, it just cracked you and I.
It's so funny. It's such a dumb bit. Just do a podcast as if it's a sitcom.
I know,
It's
yeah.
so funny. We should do it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we should
Once
do
a
it,
year,
just
just
not address it.
randomly different. Next
The
time we
Full
should do
House
like
episode.
Family Matters.
The Family Matters
different
episode.
90 sitcoms. We just have to do a different 90 sitcom.
Friends. It's called Pivot.
Pivot.
Friends episode.
Oh,
Where it's not funny.
oh yeah.
I actually like Friends.
We were on a break. March.
We're on a break. To be fair,
March 25th, 2023. We recorded that night, but we had one trivia. Jedi Talk one Star Wars
yeah.
trivia night at that bar that gives you a coupon just to go back to them on trivia night.
What
we
did
were
do
planning
with
on
that.
Huh? And it sat on my counter because we were never going to go back for trivia night. What we're going to fucking
We're gonna
go
win
for
again,
like
just get a stack
for like
of-
Syracuse football trivia night?
Just going back to fucking Star Wars trivia and winning, and they're like,
Yeah,
this,
and keep
all
stacking
right, here's
them up.
another one, I guess. Just keep coming.
they create a lightsaber out of coupons.
Oh, that was fun. That was a fun night.
Yep. We talked some celebration expectation at the beginning. On our 26th episode of the year, April 5th, I talked about meeting Hayden Christensen because that's what I did this year.
Yeah.
I met the
Good
chosen
picture.
one.
You got a good pick?
Yeah, he has a Jedi Talk shirt.
That's wild.
Episode 27 was our in-person Fourth Mother Talk 4 where we had the surprise callers. It was Fourth Mother Box 100th episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was this year, too?
Yep.
Good Lord.
Tim called, and him and Kyle went at it, and Mike called and really burned Kyle well, and Matt Navarez called in to defend Andor with me. So it was good times.
Yeah. Ugh.
29th episode, we did the season finale live commentary for the finale of Mando. Our 30th episode, we debuted our new themes, the ones we're using now, and we did our
Nice.
show from the Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, that show. Okay.
Yeah, two of them. We did that one, and then our top 10 Mando episodes.
That's right. That room was beautiful.
Oh, I love that room.
So out of
God.
the way.
Yeah.
I love it. I love out of the way Disney shit.
Mhm.
Like
Me
when
too.
when you don't feel like you're in it, but you're still there.
Yeah,
I love
those
it.
Copper Creeks. So we had the Cal's box set released on May the 4th this year. And then Survivor came out this year. Fucking
That's
Survivor. We
nuts. I
talked
still
about
gotta
Survivor.
play that game, man.
Yes, you do. You have a nice room to do it in now.
I
You
know.
got
I
an
just need a
Xbox.
fucking Xbox.
Oh yeah,
or
you have to upgrade.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I mean,
a
they
lot.
are bringing it to those gens, but it's going to
are?
be a minute. Yeah,
No shit.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that at launch?
I think it was just more work, cost more money to do that, and
Get
then
it the fuck together.
the backlash made them.
Good. They
Get
should.
those ready.
I'll buy. You know what? I was gonna upgrade. Now I'm not. Proving a point. Fuck you, Sony.
Episode
and
30.
Microsoft.
Well, you're going to have to eventually upgrade because you'll eventually
GTA
get phased
6.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Live on the Halcyon, episode 33, when I had the violent shits on the top bunk. That was a joke I made.
Yeah, the violent shits
Yeah,
on top.
it's like I could have the violent shits and shit all over you, Brad, below my bunk.
That was so fun, dude. That trip was, as much as I loved the first one, that second one with all. of us
Oh,
was
sure,
just so
yeah,
much more
yeah,
fun.
it was good.
That was
And
so
then
much more
our
fun.
34th episode, of course, we talked about the second voyage. In this, I'd like to kind of cite these.
Every time I'm true. This is not a bullshit thing. Every time I look at a bottle of Buffalo Trace, I just think of the ship, and that says a lot because I see Buffalo Trace quite a bit.
You do, yeah.
It just makes me happy.
So around now is when we're doing decent numbers, but like around now this year was like we started to pick up around this Halcyon voyage. People
Yep.
were listening to like, oh, they're recapping it, and then we had Austin on for an interview. This was so random between these two shows. So Austin Boucher or Austin Boucher, and I tore him a new one for having his thoughts about Survivor, his wrong ones.
Yeah, that was a bad take.
It was a bad take.
It was a bad take,
then
Ross. I love you.
Then we did listener questions, and then I'm sitting there recording something for either Fourth Mother Box or a video for Jedi Talk in the middle of a day, and then Jedi Talk gets a direct message from somebody who about a week and a half later joins the show. Adam Riley finally joins Jedi Talk, our 36th episode this year.
This was one of whenever Jedi Talk inevitably ends, because everything comes to an end, right?
Sure.
I don't think we're going to be 60 doing this show. You know what I mean? Like everything comes to an end. I will look back on this episode as one of my favorite things I've done with the show, and that's saying a fucking lot.
Yep.
Because I've been to Celebration, I've hosted panels, I've had Jim Cummings on, I've talked to Bill Farmer, we've had authors on. The culmination of us doing that with him, with how much the Halcyon means to the show and how much it means to Evan in particular, and just like at the time when it was closing, and like just it was like a perfect storm that made like a really good podcast.
Yeah, and it's like to me, and I'm trying not to be all like, oh, Jedi Talk about it, but it's like, man, we held court for a moment for this community.
Yeah.
Like the
Absolutely
positive
did.
outlook that we got, or the positive feedback we got on Adam's episode, and just with everything surrounding that, it's just like, holy shit! Like at a time where just 7 days or so earlier they announced the closing,
Yeah.
and then here's arguably everybody's favorite Lieutenant Corey, and I'm not saying he's the best. In my opinion, he's fantastic, but everybody who did Croy was awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody on there is awesome. But arguably he was a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah, mine.
Right?
He's mine.
Sure. Mine too. And then they're hearing it from the person behind it, the human, and it helped me accept it.
It did. I'm not gonna. I won't speak for him, but just as a friend and someone who knows Evan very well, it did a lot for him.
Yep.
And I don't think he would, protest against that.
I don't think so. No.
I think it helped him look at the closing in a different way and understand that like it's not the end. And I think I also want to tell him like, dude, you realize like that the Halcyon legacy continues wouldn't be a thing if the Halcyon had, like we wouldn't be able to be doing this. And
Or
this is,
or if we have to remember from that episode too, Adam like encouraged Evan and us to continue the LARPing part, to continue your story, like go beyond, right? So anyway, I just Adam, if you're listening, I was thinking about sending him just a message to show my gratitude, because just like Brad said, the highlight, if not one of the top highlights for me personally, even just outside of Jedi Talk, to do. Thank you for reaching out to us after we were trying to get you on forever, and we appreciate that. You're on anytime.
I can't wait to have him on again.
I know. Whenever you're ready, we will be here. So then we had our first podcast with Heroes of the Halcyon. We should be on their next show.
Yeah.
We just recorded with them just recently. That was our 37th. And that was just after we recorded with Adam. Then we talked to Sage Controversy a little bit. And then,
I love the guys from the
Yeah.
podcast, by the way.
Absolutely.
Guys and gal over there. They're great.
Absolutely. Episode 38 was the first one that Evan and I did together. We just like read comments from Adam's episode. And then I put down Evan removes hello there. This is when he stopped saying hello there, and started with Adiga and Good Journey. Yeah.
It's more him.
Yeah. And then
Although the hello there thing is pretty dope too.
June 13th, Evan and I again, we talked about Outlaws, and then you came on. You were somewhere because I believe this we talked about Outlaws again, but this was like a remote show on the 23rd.
That I think was when the only reason I know this is because if you look on the far right shelf on the bottom,
the bottle,
the Conviction.
Yeah.
I think that was when I was doing a barrel pick of Conviction for Father's Day. April? Is that when this is?
No, June. Father's Day's
Father's
in
Day, June.
Yeah.
So was this June?
This was June.
Okay, so
June,
that was then. This is
recorded
when I was
June
gone.
23rd.
I was in North Carolina.
And then you came back. Our 41st episode this year is when we did the top 10 Oga's drinks, which read the.
That was that long ago?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I would have thought that was like just a few months ago.
Indiana Jones 5 came out this year. We
Such
talked about that.
Underrated movie, man. I don't know what happened there.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I think they marketed it poorly.
Well, was that was right before strike, so that was about strike time, or I don't know. Everyone just wants
I didn't
to
make
hate
it about
Disney
me,
for
so I
being
don't know.
too woke. Yeah, we didn't make it about
It's
it.
not always woke. Sometimes it's just not good, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the movie's just not going to be great, and it's just okay. And not every movie has to be perfect.
That's right.
That being said, holy shit, make a good movie, right?
We had yeah.
Have you seen Wish yet?
No.
I haven't either. Don't have any desire to, and that's a
No.
shame. I used to be
Yeah.
opening day at the Disney animated films.
I had desire. I just have a kid, so nobody to watch the kid to go to see a movie. So
I don't even. I mean, I guess I kind of because I wanted to see it, but like, I saw fucking Freddy's. You know what I mean? Freddy.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I saw that, so like I could have gone and seen.
That's true.
A different movie. You know what I mean? Like I can
Yeah.
make it happen. I just don't
Wish
give a shit.
Wish
that
was
much.
probably going to be a better movie too.
Five Nights at Freddy's was fun.
Was it fun?
I mean, if you like nonsense, it's fun.
Right.
It's you got to go in expecting.
That's all that
fucking-
video game is. That video game is fucking creepy.
dude. And the fact, do you realize that they did that all practical? That's
That's awesome.
All those are puppets from I think it was Henson did it.
That's even better.
That they did like their practical
cool.
puppets, like people were in them.
All right then.
Which is fucking cool. And
Yes, it is.
Universal, dude, if you don't make a fucking Freddy's,
They are.
Dude, I will be there in
They're
a
going
heartbeat.
to. They're going to. They have to.
It was a Universal movie, I
Yes,
think, right?
yeah.
Come on, dude. If you want all the teenagers there,
They did Stranger Things 4 this year. They had a Master
They
of
did
Puppets
Hill House.
area. Yeah.
they
so-
did Hill House a few years ago, which I was bummed. I really wanted to go. It just didn't happen. But this will be a slam dunk, and it will be so easy.
Yes.
You got to
Yes.
do it. Could you imagine walking through Freddy Fazbear's?
No.
Do you know the lore of the game and
Yeah.
stuff? You ever played them? Could you imagine like walking through that place? That'd
That would be
so
nuts.
fucking cool.
And creepy, but nuts.
God, and do a Saw X, please, dude. You want to, bro? I will be a Universal fanboy if you give me a Saw X house and a Freddy Fazbear's house in the same year. Fuck,
Got to
I
get in
can't-
before that epic universe.
man.
Got to
I can't wait for that to happen. Disney's
too.
fucking done.
Dead on arrival.
Disney might be done, dude. The parks have been dead.
Our 44th episode, LaBeth joined. That was her first episode. She was on for about 90 minutes.
Nice. Fun times.
And then we just had a couple of episodes, some remotes. You and I did our first episode. It was a remote together, our first one together this year on July 31st. That was a remote. That's when Evan and Austin didn't show up because they were stuck at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, yeah.
We were back in person. That's when we played the DMX Reading Rainbow.
What month was this?
August.
Suck my dick.
It's a staple.
Yeah. We did our top 10 Halcyon moments. Our 50th episode this year actually got a lot of views. It was a video. We talked about if the Star Wars brand was damaged. And a lot of people tuned into that.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not. So,
No. Spoiler for
And then-
a 6-month-old episode.
episode 52, we broke down the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka that came
Nice.
out on August 23rd. So, Ahsoka heavy all through. And let's, again, we've talked to Ahsoka a lot. Just we had our thoughts. I very much enjoyed it all. It's set up to be amazing beyond. Give us some great content in the future.
I feel like we just say that a lot with the Mando-verse. We're like, hey, it wasn't great, but what they're going to do.
No. Not with Mando. I think I feel different with Ahsoka. I feel different. Maybe I'm saying the same things, but I feel different about Ahsoka than I do Mando.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
I just feel like they've both gone like, yeah, we're going to do really cool things. Just wait. And then nothing happens.
Oh, they did Mando season 1 and 2. Like,
Great.
Come on.
Season
Yeah.
3, where you thought like it was going to go, didn't go where you thought it was going to go.
no, in comparison, but I'd like to see it complete its arc, finish the story.
I really think they fucked up by putting
Cody
Boba
Rhodes, feed
Fett.
to the story. Oh, Book of Boba Fett? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever.
If you had just not done that show and made that season 3 of Mando,
Oh, that's a good point.
you know,
But they're like, money. So it's,
Fett's name on it. Money.
and these were the 2 episodes I missed because Lily was born then.
That's no excuse.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Sorry.
I don't know why you think that's okay to miss the podcast because you had a kid.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't care, right?
Wow, if it isn't the meanest drunk in town.
I love how accurate that is tonight.
Yeah, you got to come at me like
That's
that.
so funny.
So then I came back.
Congratulations, man.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was like 3 months
I'm
ago.
just looking at it as the year goes by.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Hey, thanks, guys. The 60th episode was just Evan and I, but that's when we introduced the meetup and we took some like listener questions. We did a remote the next time on a Saturday morning and asked if the Star Cruiser was coming back. The next episode was that the Evan and I met with the Halcyon documentary people,
Damn it, I'm so mad I didn't do that.
but that trailer should be coming out before the end of the year, I think.
You know how wild it is that I'm not in that? It
I
makes me
know.
upset.
That's why I asked you when I called you.
I
was like,
know.
you sure?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just couldn't do it at the time. I completely forgot about it. We were doing other shit.
Carrie and the crew are coming back. They're going to be in my house on the 4th of January. So you should
I'll
just
be
come
back
around.
by then.
Yeah, you should just come around.
Okay, done.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like you're taking hostages. They're going to be in my house.
Be in my house. I mean, there's going to be film and shit. We got Stellan Gios's lightsaber earlier. We all were drinking Blackened that night.
That was a fun night.
LaBeth came back for our 64th episode to do the video for our drink. That drink video, go check
That
it out
was
on
fun.
YouTube. We had Austin Manning on episode 65 to talk a little Metallica and his Star Cruiser experience. And then, can you believe that Jason's interview was episode 66?
That's awesome.
I swear to God.
I wonder if we should start
Numbering them?
numbering them per season.
Oh,
Each year is a season.
Yeah. Might as well. Just got to figure out what season.
We have to go back
Next
a
year is.
long way.
I could do that because I've been trying to count how many actual episodes of Jedi Talk there were. I have to go back and see when you switched it from Disney to Jedi Talk.
I would consider any of those Daily Disney blog podcasts that were just Star Wars Jedi Talks.
Okay.
But there's an argument. It's not Jedi Talk till it's Jedi Talk.
I know. I think it should be Jedi Talk when it's Jedi Talk,
Okay.
like officially. Yeah. Because Daily Disney, because that was Disney back then.
Yeah.
So you're talking Disney.
Yeah, that's the whole reason that I started doing the Jedi Talk stuff was because the Jedi Talk podcast were doing way bigger than the Daily Disney
Oh,
blog
sure,
podcast. Because you were leading up to Force Awakens.
Right. Exactly. Everybody was listening. So episode 67 was when we talked about the meetup with Rachel last week. And tonight, episode 68, Tom and Brad breaking down the year thus far.
What a fun year, man.
So we'll have by when it's all said and done, maybe we'll have 2 more episodes. Episode 69, or we should maybe have one more and end it on 69.
I think we should just do one more and end on 69. That's so funny. Next year we have to have 420 episodes.
All right, we can do it.
Odd.
Yeah. So that was the
welcome
break.
back to episode 400 of Jedi Talk for this year. I got nothing to say. Tom, what's going on?
I don't know. No squeezy.
No.
Baby. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, could you imagine that many episodes? People that do
Be a
like
lot.
daily content.
Oof.
Holy, I did it for a long time.
I know.
It's
I know.
nuts. It's a grind. You literally record and then upload it.
If I was getting paid, if I had sponsors, then I would love to do it daily. I could come up with something to scream about daily.
Oh, we could
just
easily
put
do
on
it daily.
CNN and just be like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah."
The fact that like I know we were talking about this a little bit before, but like the dynamic between the three of us now.
Yeah.
we'd be fine.
Kyle
We'll be
needs
fine.
to move out here.
I would love for it, dude. If he,
Ooh.
I'm serious, dude. If he moved out here, I would like to just merge Fourth Mother Box and Jedi
Oh yeah,
Talk.
yeah. I would totally do that. One to make it easier for me. I don't have to do
Yep.
2 of them. Yeah.
And I think the show would just be better. Mm-hmm. I would, dude. Kyle, I know you're listening to this, and I'm not trashing on you, but get the fuck out of Chicago.
The fuck out of there, Kyle.
Put your fucking Italian beef sandwich down. Get out of Portillo's. Get the fuck down here. We got Portillo's down here for you.
Yeah, we do. We have multiple.
We have multiple. There's one closer to me. Well, it's not closer than the one before, but close.
That's true. That one was pretty
That
close.
was
too.
pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
What a fun year, man. I love doing the show.
Good year. Me too.
It's so much fun.
2024. I mean, we've got some lots of great stuff to look forward to next year, right? So we have the biggest thing for us is going to be the Halcyon Legacy meetups. And we talked about
And HouseCon.
Halcyon.
That's huge.
They think they announced October.
They did?
Yeah, that's when that was the post they made.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm positive that they told us.
I don't remember what they've said in confidence and what they didn't.
I'm almost positive they said October. I'm looking right now on their feed.
It'd be hilarious if it's October 1st and you just fuck with Disney.
Did I miss?
By the way, anyone who's concerned about the Halcyon meetup, don't be. That comment on Facebook was dumb. And it was uninformed. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm not worried about. I mean, we're
But like, I just from
Yeah.
what I'm not saying any. Don't say anything. But like, you know what I'm talking about? The thing that happened today.
oh, sure that
Wasn't brought up. So fine. You know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I and we but there isn't anything we're doing wrong.
We're meeting up with people in the park.
I'm a
There's
fan
nothing
of
wrong
it.
with that.
We're living our story. Like that's what you do at Disney.
That's what you wanted us to do.
That's
We're
what we
all
do at Disney.
characters. Remember?
We should be fair though. Disney's not coming after us. They haven't said anything to me about this. They haven't said
No,
anything
but
to
I
us
just
about
don't.
it.
I don't want people scared away. That
No,
was my
no,
concern
right,
with
right.
the comment. Was people
I mean,
getting
this is going to be
freaked out.
limited though. We talked about it last time.
Yeah.
It's going to be limited. So
I even think 60 is too much.
no. Well, I didn't tell you. With that, we've shaved that down.
Good. 40?
Yeah.
10 per faction?
We're talking about 15 right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah. So
The fewer, the better.
right. So there.
Yeah, I love
That's-
that.
that's how we can meet up.
We haven't talked about that. We need to talk about that after this because I was sick.
Correct.
God, fucking good year, man.
I was shocked how quick we got into Jock Lindsay's.
Really? Because it took us forever the other day.
Yeah,
Did you guys get the Christmas trees?
Somebody did. I just got that drink.
They were so cool.
Yeah.
Did you try one of the Christmas trees?
No.
Oh, man.
I was in and out. It was
Fucked
it
up.
was I was bumping up against when like the only time I have to sleep. So
Oh.
I've been doing a lot of
you
that.
got you have a hard out now. Like
yeah,
8
I do.
o'clock.
I gotta.
Wait, what time is it?
I'm
you're
good now. I'm just right now. I'm starving. So when I get back home, I-4 better be cleared up, or better not be busy going that way.
It is not.
I know
gonna
it's
be
not.
good.
I know it's not.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
It's 5:40 right now. Yeah, it's not going to be good. But yeah, I mean, we just keep talking and let the cars pass. you know?
No, that's fine. I
You
gotta
know?
make it there eventually. So that was it feels like we're like sombering ending the year kind of thing, but which we are, but we're saying
What's
a
your
lot
top
of
3 moments of the year? Just so we have an
Oh,
hour.
Jason Adam or Adam Jason flip flop flippity flu. Just for like podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, because obviously number one personal would be Lily.
Oh yeah.
Oh, podcast.
Tom's all like, he doesn't mention his daughter. He's like, staying at Wilderness Lodge.
I would say Adam, Jason, and Sage. I have to say Adam, Jason, and Sage.
Okay.
Yeah. Easily. How would I rank them now?
Ooh.
I'll do that. Let me rank them real quick in my head. I would say I would put Sage just because it never got out
Officially.
officially, right? Oh, it's so hard to pick like top between the two of them. I don't know, like Adams was so timely, but Jason's delivered.
It literally depends on what you
want.
I know.
Exactly.
It literally depends on if you want like more like quote behind the scenes
Right.
stuff, or if you want like celebrating the legacy of the Halcyon.
Right.
I like the behind the scenes stuff.
Sure,
Tell me
me
how,
too.
Let me know how this thing ticks.
Me too, but what I loved about
But
it
at the time,
what I loved about
Yeah.
Adam's episode is that he was presenting this positive
Spin.
outlook on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't mourn, we are the beloved who loved the kind of thing. It's just, I mean, they're both, no, fuck it, they're tied.
they're tied.
I can't.
I can't either. I don't know.
It's like picking your favorite position with Kyle's mother, pro bono.
I didn't think about what my top three of the year were. I would have picked different ones than you did. Then that's all the listeners need to know.
That's right.
They
there
would
you
have
go.
been different ones.
Evan would have. If Evan were here, would the podcast be going on for another 65 minutes talking about his top three
We
moments?
wouldn't have gotten off of the Halcyon closure
No.
topic. We would still be going. Kyle moved to Florida.
Kyle
Let's
moved to
do it.
Florida.
There's townhouses right here, bro. They're nice. Tell them they're nice. Tell them they're nice.
They're nice, yeah.
These are here.
You heard them. They're here.
They are
Kyle.
here.
Florida's the only place with townhouses.
They're
Move
the
over.
only place with townhouses.
We have swamp puppies
We have swamps. We have Disney and townhouses. That's all we got.
and SeaWorld.
Oh God, I don't want to go see Kyle's mom.
We have God, a fat animal. That was a weird.
Fucking manatee.
Whoa. That one gets a different one. Oh.
Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy. Damn.
I love that video.
All right.
All right, man. Well,
last in-person Jedi Talk. You'll
Yeah.
hear from us a little bit, but thank you for everything this year, guys, and
Yes.
and thank you for helping us make it even better in 2024. If you
Yeah.
want to hear certain topics, hit us up on the Instagram, which has grown this year. YouTube has grown. So
YouTube's grown. Just thank you, everybody, and thank you, man. I appreciate you being on the show, and
yeah, I appreciate me too being on the show.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's like
Yeah.
I've told you, privately. I think you're one of the best additions to the show. Period.
That's true. I am. Thank you very. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much for allowing me to be
He's
on
like,
here
uh-huh.
and be there. Am I like the most? Besides Evan, am I like one of the more tenured? Right? Because you've had Alex and Josh.
Alex was, Josh. Josh was one of my best friends on the planet. He's not going to hear this. Josh didn't know shit about Star Wars. I literally had him on, and we'd be talking, and he'd be like, "Mm-hmm, yeah," and I was like, "Can you say things other
Yoder.
than just agree with me?" It was a different game, but like imagine if you started doing a podcast with Tim about bourbon.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like that. It was like that. You'd be like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Sure. It was
Okay.
like, it was literally
Yeah,
like that.
sure.
Like, it was like that.
Maybe it could make for some fun radio every now and
For
again.
sure,
Yeah.
and it was fun, but it
Right.
was just not the same thing. So that's like the first era, and then it was Alex, and then it was I think just me for a minute again, and then it was me and Evan, and then now you me and Evan.
Okay.
And then now you and me, Evan. This is how I found out you got fired. You're off the show.
Take us home, Brad.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in 2024. We're going to be better than ever. 2024 is going to be a fucking awesome year for Jedi Talk and Star Wars just in general. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
Rise, Jedi Knight.
But Kyle, when you're done recording the next episode and you're spewing your bullshit about here, make an appointment with Kevorkian and fucking kill yourself, okay?
That's my Evan impression.